What's up guys, this is Protopet Prince here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this 3D printed revolving lithophane globe. Now, let's cut to the intro. Well, to start our 3D printing project, we got to start with the design. So for this, I modeled it up in SolidWorks, and here's just an animation which is going to kind of show you what we're going to be making. Now we can start putting her together.
Now we'll need a couple tools for this project, which will include your normal cutters that probably came with your printer. These will be helpful in removing supports, and then I use this little plastic support removal tool. It can also be used as a scraping tool, but it'll help us today. Now, with regards to components, you'll obviously need your 3D printed components, and then you'll need a couple additional items. This will include a little 30 RPM motor. I purchased this off Amazon. They go for just under $10. Next, we will need our battery supply with 2 AA batteries. I use this because it's just easier. You can obviously hook it up to other types of power supplies. Then we'll need our light source. I used one of these. It is a bubble light or balloon light. You can get these pretty cheap on eBay if you'd like, or you can also find them on Amazon. Just turn this and it turns her on. I chose blue. One thing I recommend with these is if you're having trouble with them being bright enough is to sand down this section right here. That'll get you a better contact with the batteries. These usually will last about 12 hours, but for what we're making, this will be fine. And then lastly, we'll use some super glue. This will be helpful when installing the light and installing the motor holder. I'm not actually going to use any glue on the motor because I like to reuse this in the future. But now seems like we're ready to go. Just got to print out the parts. Begin with, we're going to be grabbing the base. That's right here. Now, start with, we have some supports on this base. I use tree supports to help support this rim right here. You can try using it without supports, which it should work, but you'll get some additional string. You can see even with them, I got some string in here. Let's see if we can get these out without breaking it. Anyways, that takes care of most of it. I can take a little blade around there later if I want to clean it up some more, but it's not going to actually affect our part at all. So I think we're good to go to the next stage. As you'll see in this part right here, there's a little window here. We're going to line up with that when putting in our motor. That is where the wires are going to come through. Have our little motor. Next, we have our 2 helical gears. As you can see on the side, these are slightly different than spur gears. That allows us to have posts in different directions. They're also really nice because they can be used at higher speeds because you get less of an impact when compared with traditional spur gears. So how this is set up is this opening here. We'll be going over this post. This is where the top mount's going to be sitting on. And then this piece right here has a hole that will perfectly fit our D-shaped post. See, get that right there. Next, we have our little box. This box will be used to house the motor. So we'll be gluing this motor down using some super glue into the box, and then we'll set up our part. I'll do that right now. So I recommend lining it up so that you can see where this motor should be located. So let's stick that in there, put this in here. Should be located so that the gears made up perfectly like so. And then I'll show us where to glue down this little housing. These gears are at a 1-to-1 ratio. Nothing too special. It's just transitioning the direction of the rotation. Wait for over that. So what we'll do is we'll grab our little battery receptacle right here and take this, remove that gear so we don't gotta hear that, and run that through this little hole right here and then through the motor mount, just like so. Perfect. Next we can grab our little motor and hook up the two sides. You can obviously solder this on if you want a more permanent setup, but I found that just kind of wrapping them around is good enough for what I need to do. And again, it's up to you. You can solder that together if you want something a little bit more permanent, but I won't be doing that here today. Then you just send this through here, grab your other gear and put that back on. And there we go. Now once again, if you'd like, you're more than welcome to glue that motor in for more permanent installation, but we won't be doing that right here. Now to test this out, I'm gonna grab some batteries, stick these in here. Obviously when you're messing around with that motor, you don't want to have the batteries in there and the power going to it so you get shocked. There we go right there, and then on we go. Perfect. Probably could let that glue sit a little bit longer. So I'll be back in a sec and we'll let that sit so that we get a better hold before installing our next piece. It's right here. Going over to the globe. This is a little mini version that I made of it because made the big one, putting in the light, got it stuck in there, and I decided to toss that video. But anyways, for the mini version, I'm going to show taking all these supports. Recommend using these tree supports because they really help show the detail a little bit better. For this design, I took a picture of the map that I found online, and then my fiance helped me out with adding a cool ship there and cool compass rose. So let's take her off. That came off pretty easy. This set's had a little bit of time to dry. Let's put on this piece right here. So I already took the supports off, sanded it down a little bit because it was a little rough. I didn't use tree supports, probably recommend using those. So how this will sit is it'll just sit right up here, sitting on those grooves, and then sitting on this gear, as you can see. So let's grab a little bit of super glue, pull this gear out right here. Seems good enough, so actually that's on that center peg. Seems to be in place. Just flip her on. And she's turning. Seems like we're pretty good. Now I'm gonna give this another second before I throw the globe on there, but it'll sit just like that. Don't want to accidentally glue the globe on there though. So I'll be right back. Now that we let the glue dry a little bit, it's time to throw the globe right on here. And we're not going to connect this or anything. Just going to sit there, and this will actually allow us to have a light that can be moved around the house. We can carry this with us. Put it right back on the stand. Then turn the stand on right here. And now we have a revolving globe. Make sure that's centered. Ain't that great? And if you want to see with the light on, awesome. Anyways, hope you guys like this video. This is my first design that I posted online. So, but if you have any comments, what I could do to make this better, things you like, things you didn't like, leave them below. It would mean the world to me. Anyways, thanks guys, and I hope I see you next time.